Hi, I'm Torri Hicks with YouthNique, and I just exposed my organization on BizLink's TV network. Learn more about how you can start or expand your nonprofit and ensure that it thrives. Coming up on my episode of Let's Talk Nonprofits at BizLink's TV.
Let's Talk Nonprofits is sponsored by Renee Foundation. Hello, and welcome again to another episode of Let's Talk Nonprofits, an online platform where we discuss how to increase the awareness, funding, sustainability, and ultimately the impact of nonprofits. So we love to bring to you experts, nonprofit leaders, thought leaders in the industry, philanthropists, and today we have an expert in the industry that we have brought with you, Ms. Torri Hicks.
Thank you.
And welcome. She is actually the founder of YouthNique. And I tell you, you're going to be excited. Those of you who are out there thinking about starting a nonprofit, those of you who are already engaged in that struggle, and then those of you who are also experiencing success, she's the one that you can come to with YouthNique and understand how to move to that next plateau. So we are going to begin today's episode with Ms. Torri Hicks. And before we get into the nitty-gritty, I want to remind you, please get your pens and pencils, your papers, your iPads, and all those other electronic gadgets. And remember, there are going to be many nuggets that are going to be dropped here today, so make sure you take notes, and we look forward to it. But we're going to find out, who is Miss Torri Hicks?
Well, first of all, thank you for that wonderful introduction. I had to say, who is that you're talking about? Thank you.
You're more than welcome and more deserving.
Thank you.
You're more than welcome. Yes, ma'am.
Who am I?
Yes.
I am passion. I am purpose, and I'm human. An entrepreneur who had a vision and said, no matter what happens, I've got to achieve that. I've got to fulfill my purpose. And so I'm here because of the tenacity and the resilience, not because of doing everything right.
Yeah.
Absolutely because of failing and making mistakes,
Yeah.
but learning from them
Yeah.
and pushing forward.
Yeah. Our first nugget. Guys, failure, when you're looking at it, is a means to grow and to improve and succeed.
Yes.
That's what Torri just said. She's explained to you that haven't always been perfect, and nothing ever is. And especially those things that are worthwhile and that are meaningful. Guys, they never are. So those of you who are just starting out, whether you're entrepreneur side or whether you're just getting into that space of the nonprofit sector, again, remember that even though you stumble and fail and make a mistake, I once read more than once, but that, failure is more of an instructive means of improvement than success, because it calls us to assess what happened, and then turn out how can we avoid it and how can we build upon it. So we thank you for sharing that and for being so transparent.
Thank you.
And one thing I want you to also pick up on what Torri said, she's human. She's a person that is passion-filled and purpose-filled, and she's just following that, and allowing those opportunities to build upon those passions and purposes to lead her. So, second nugget. So take that, make notes, and when you reach out to Torri, make sure you mention those things and ask her how can you learn from some of the failures. Share with her some of your failures and ask her how can you benefit from it. So now, YouthNique.
Yes.
Let me tell you, I am going to, those of you who follow us, I can get kind of emotional and passionate, but I'm going to stay calm. But that name, I am just so... when I read it for the first time, I was impressed. And, first I thought a lot of different things. But once I learned about what it was and why it was, it just drilled down into my inner soul. And I am like, this is what this is about. And it represents who she just said. So I'm going to allow you. Please tell us, YouthNique, what and why?
What and why?
Yeah.
So YouthNique has a very interesting history.
Okay.
I finished when I finished grad school. My graduate degree was in mental health.
Okay.
So I graduated with a degree in the area of being a therapist for teens. That was the focus, and so I came up with YouthNique really to create curriculum for teens that had an underlying therapeutic intervention.
Okay.
Well, although it was great, everybody was interested in them, they didn't have budgets to pay for the curriculum. So on my website, when I started, I had this little tiny tab that said Curriculum Development Nonprofit Management. That was what everybody was contacting me about. It wasn't about the youth in terms of being able to pay. And you have to survive as a business owner. So I made a transition at that point to focus more on the nonprofit management because I had experience in working with nonprofit for years. But I always said that I would never forget about youth and I would always come back to that. But I had to create a strong financial foundation. So YouthNique was for youth, and then when it was time to transition, I said, well, I'm going to keep it. Why? Because all nonprofits, regardless of the population that they serve, they always have to maintain a youthful approach. So thus, you have YouthNique because you have to be youthful in your technology and your strategy. It has to always remain innovative and fresh. So thus, you got YouthNique.
When I read that, I was like, wow. Because like she said, at first I thought it had something to do only with youth. But when I read it, I was like, wow. I like that fresh approach to the concept of being different, differentiating yourself, and staying fresh. I love that. And the name encompasses that. So congrats. The other thing, another nugget, if you missed it, because she's just so smooth and calm, she just puts it out there. But if you missed it, she just told you she morphed. She told you that when she came out of graduate school and she began her clinical approach to assisting youth, things weren't happening. No tractions was happening, not sufficient enough for her to be able to survive and accomplish what she was after. And she morphed, especially when she saw, well, what are the numbers saying? The numbers saying more people are reaching me for this, and I have the capacity to serve them. So let me focus on this, but not forgetting her first love. She kept the youth in mind and kept them involved. So again, guys, I want you to fully understand that having to change lanes, having to modify what your business model might be, is not failure. It is it's just a growth. And so I appreciate, again, because a lot of people, when you talk to them in certain arena, it's like they conceived an idea, implemented, executed, and everything happened, and here I am today. So when you are willing to just share the truth and reality of what 99.9% of us go through in an entrepreneurial space, that we appreciate. So be encouraged out there. If you are having to look at your numbers, and as we say within the BizLinks consulting group, is that the numbers are saying something. They won't tell you what to do, but it's telling you that something has to be done. So I appreciate you being knowledgeable, wise enough to catch on to that. So congratulations.
Thank you.
So YouthNique came about as that. So tell us, what is it? What do you do for nonprofits?
Sure. One of the reasons why I made the transition is because of my history of working with nonprofits. That's all I've ever done. And as a nonprofit, for those of you who know, that you will never wear just one hat. You wear several, if not all of them. And so I had an opportunity to do everything from strategic planning to fundraising to program development. And I saw a lot of nonprofits that would grow and do some really fantastic things and fulfill their mission and get funding and make impact. And then there were some other organizations that were a little bit smaller, had some really great missions, but they didn't have the business side of things in order to grow it and structure it and do it the right way. And so I said, you know what, I have an opportunity here to provide my skill set to all nonprofits. And so I started YouthNique as a nonprofit management company to assist startups as well as existing organizations gain the tools that they need in order to thrive. So everything that they need in terms of the board development and training from a policy and governance standpoint, the structure and the foundation, which is very similar to businesses. I tell people all the time, run your nonprofit like a business. The only huge difference is the allocation of funds, where the money can go. That is really the biggest difference. Other than that, the business model should be the same. It should be able to have a marketing strategy. You have to be able to show your funders the return on their investment. So it is a business. It is.
I didn't say it this episode. Thank you. I'm not even going to. You said it. You said it all. Yeah. So third nugget to take away. All right. So again, nonprofits should run like a business, and the only difference is those funding allocations.
Yes.
And from what I hear, that you have access to those expert needs to help them run the business side of things. Is that accurate?
That's accurate. Okay. Really, when you look at a nonprofit, everything that comes into the nonprofit has to go back into the operations. Okay. That doesn't mean that as a CEO they can't have a great salary. Yeah. It just means that everything has to go into the operation of that. Rather than a business owner, then they make a profit from it. You know, they can take that business, they can pass it on from one generation to the next. Yeah. With a nonprofit, the owners are the participants that it serves. There's really no owners, but if you want to look at it that way, it's whoever that the organization is serving.
I didn't learn that about ownership of a nonprofit. Several years ago, we were involved with another organization that was a member-based organization, and so they have membership requirements. Mm-hmm. And a nonprofit reached out to see about being a member, and one of the particular qualifications had to deal with ownership percentage. Mm-hmm. And the person said, "Well, there are no owners." And that was the first time I was educated on that about nonprofits. So I appreciate you sharing that as well. So those of you who didn't know that, and even those of you who are considering starting a nonprofit, understand you won't be owning it. So, some of you may go in there thinking, I'm looking to start a nonprofit so I can own it. Right. Well, Tory Hicks has just explained to you that you will not be able to own it. So if that's one of your reasons, scratch it off and move down to the next. Many others, I hope. Yeah. So what we're going to do before we take a break, I want you to know how to get in touch with Tory Hicks and YouthNique and find out how they can assist you in achieving those goals and reaching the vision of your organization so that you ultimately can experience meaningful impact. So if you don't mind sharing, how can they get in touch with you?
Sure. Our website is www.youthnique.com, and it is youth, YouTH, then NIQUE.com. So rather than unique, it's YouthNique.com.
I just love that. I like that a whole lot, and especially the substance in the name. So is that the website?
That's our website, and we're also on social media. You can look us up on Facebook, which is under YouthNique. On Instagram, it's at YouthNiqueINC. It is also at YouthNiqueINC on Twitter.
Okay, very good. So we will be right back after these breaks, but while we're doing that, take a look at O's website and get in touch with her. Thank you.
What happens when soldiers come home? Brene Foundation offers hero support to ensure that our heroes abroad can continue to be heroes at home. We link veterans with organizations who are dedicated to guiding the transition from military hero to civilian hero. If you want to find out how you can support our troops at home, please contact the Brene Foundation or visit brene.com.
Thank you to our sponsors. We are extremely proud of the fact that we're able to bring you such meaningful content because of those organizations and companies who believe in what we're doing here to help nonprofits increase their awareness, their funding, their sustainability, and most importantly, their impact. So we're here today with Ms. Tory Hicks with YouthNique, and we have had a great conversation the first half, and we thank you for staying with us. And we have some exciting news to share with you, something that will involve you, an opportunity for you. That part of when we say awareness, funding, well, this is that funding side and that sustainability side that will ultimately lead to impact. But this is a fun opportunity for you to get involved with YouthNique. If you haven't gotten involved with them or heard of them before, this is a good entry point for you. So I'm going to allow Tory Hicks to share with you about this great, exciting fund tank coming up. Tell us about it.
Similar to Shark Tank, we are getting ready to launch the nonprofit fund tank. Right. So YouthNique has partnered with the National Sales Network of Atlanta to have a nonprofit fund tank, and it is an opportunity for nonprofits, as long as they are a 501c3 incorporated in the state of Georgia and have active programs and services, they can apply. Okay. They can apply until Monday. Monday is the deadline for them to apply. And it is an opportunity for them to pitch their mission to a panel of funders.
All right.
And the funders have committed to donating a minimum of $3,000 for those nonprofits who are fit for the pitch.
Wow.
Yeah.
Guys, fit for the pitch. So do this. reach out to them and tell them how can they register and all that good stuff.
If you go to our site at YouthNique.com, there is a tab on there that says Fund Tank. Click on that. It talks about all of the criteria. The application is online. It's very simple. Again, there's not a lot of requirements. We are looking for those nonprofits who can show their share their marketing strategy to show the funders the return for them, not in funding, but the connection for them. And very simple. It's only $25 to submit your application, and that $25 gives you access to the event as a whole. Even if you're not selected as a contestant, you still get to come and party with us. It's our 7-year anniversary.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
7 years. And, so this is the first year?
This is the first year. This is our pilot. And so the pilot will actually be live recorded with the goal to pitch it to a network.
Wow.
So that we can continually do this. I got a lot of questions for nonprofits in other states. And they're asking, I want to do that here. And I said, well, the goal is for us to be able to do this ongoing and to pitch it to a network.
Very good, very good. So you've heard what's happening with YouthNique and the invitation for you to see if you're fit for the pitch. That's it, right?
That's it.
All right, guys. So listen, first of all, it's just plain fun. I mean, I can just imagine being a part of that. And if we had the opportunity and we met the qualifications, I would drag my wife on out there. We definitely would make it, because it just sounds like fun. And we love the Shark Tank. We love Shark Tank and After the Tank, And so we learn a lot from that. But guys, I would encourage you, please, $25, to go participate. You don't know what will happen.
Yeah.
There's opportunity, but we can guarantee you one thing will happen. If you don't apply, you definitely won't get an opportunity to win. So that we can guarantee you. So thank you for sharing that with the viewers.
Yeah.
Thank you for inviting them. And guys, please look out. If those of you who are connected with me on LinkedIn, you saw I put something out there asking you to reach out to Tory to get involved with the Fund Tank. So please look at that opportunity. Don't ever miss out an opportunity to increase your awareness. If nothing else, go in there and pitching before the people. You get to increase your brand awareness.
Yes.
Let people know you're out there. And maybe you might not win this, but somebody might hear something about and find that, hey, let's see what we can do even though you didn't win, or find out what's going on with your nonprofit and find some reason to connect with you. So we always like to take advantage of opportunities for exposure.
Yeah.
That's why we're always exposing your business to the world as well as our own. So continuing on, don't forget the Fund Tank deadline Monday. That is going to be August the
13th.
13th is Saturday, August 13th.
At 12 p.m. at 595 North Event Center.
Yes, so guys, please be aware of that. And if nothing else, go out and watch it, participate. But bring out the people, especially in the nonprofit space, and let them see what's going on with YouthNique.
Yeah.
Like I say, this is an easy entry point to get to know who they are, and without commitments, and to be able to get some more information about how they might be able to assist you in your nonprofit organization. So thank you, Tory, for sharing that.
Thank you.
Now, not only do they help nonprofits in the space in which they operate, but they have a new aspect of service that they provide, and it is in the social entrepreneurial space.
Yes.
So, Tory, please share that with those individuals who, first of all, and who may not be fully aware of what social entrepreneurship truly is.
Sure.
And if it's, just share with them what it is and how you help service them.
Sure. This is new, so I'm super excited anytime there's a new opportunity to help people. We would always get phone calls from people that said, you know what, I have this great idea, but I don't want to be a nonprofit. Or maybe someone that shared an idea, and I said, well, that may not be fit for a nonprofit. It may be more for profit.
Okay.
So we developed a service called social entrepreneurship. So these are individuals who have a service or a product that would still institute change, that will make a difference in the community. But they said, you know what, I want to have it be for profit.
Yeah.
And the difference really is to be able to have it for profit. Means that it's yours, you own it, you can invest in it, you can have shares in it. And it is the same concept. Again, businesses and nonprofits are more similar than they're different. And so these social entrepreneurs, same structure. So it was an easy transition for us because we use some of the same business tactics for nonprofits. So we assist them with developing their concept. We assist them with developing their product. And a lot of nonprofits and businesses, they don't know the importance of measurability.
Yes.
And so having quantitative measurements is important for nonprofits, just as it is for business.
Yes.
You got to be able to tell your story in numbers.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people say, well, if I can't see it, it didn't happen.
Right.
You have
Right.
some people are okay with the stories,
Right.
but some people need to see the numbers.
Yeah.
And so we assist entrepreneurs with getting started or expanding their service or product.
I love that. And guys, I hope you picked up on what she said. She said that, you know, it is for profit, but the fact of the matter is that it still has a social impact.
Yes.
So if you know that you have something and you never thought about it in those terms that's positively impacting society, reach out to Torri, and I'm sure that she will help you to determine whether or not it fits or whether it doesn't. But again, I would encourage you to reach out to her and have that conversation with her and find out where do you fit in that. You know you're not a nonprofit. You know you are in a for-profit space, but does what you do actually fit the social entrepreneurship concept? Okay, very good. Now I'm going to go back before we get into our very last exciting news, but you know, we kind of glossed over a little something that you said earlier and that I also read up and as I learned about YouthNique. But guys, she said this is 7 years.
Yes.
You know, 7 years. And that is awesome.
Thank you.
I mean, I applaud you. I salute you. And guys, if you remember from the beginning, she talked about how the morphing has taken place.
Yes.
But most business don't even make it past the 3rd year,
Yeah.
2nd year. But she's in her 7th year. So
Yeah.
again, if nothing else, reach out to her on her website and on those other social media platforms she mentioned, and just give her a shout out and congratulate her on doing an awesome job for bringing that organization to 7 years of.
Yes.
I was about to say completion, but beginning, because she's
Beginning.
going into 7 is completeness, but she's going to the 8th year, so of new beginnings. So a lot, and that's a good transition, into the
good.
it was 8th year, new beginnings.
I like that.
And she's going to share with us some new beginnings that's taking place with YouthNique and the community at large. So please share with us what's
Sure.
happening in the upcoming new year.
There's a lot going on. I did want to just comment on what you just shared. Leading up to our anniversary, which was officially at the end of July, I did a campaign called We Are Still Here. I did it under my personal Instagram page, which is at Miss Torri Hicks. And for 20 days, I talked about my struggles and my challenges through the 7 years. And I wanted to put that out there, not to glorify the challenges, but to let people know what I endured and how I'm still here.
Wow.
And for me, it was nothing but God that brought it to pass. But I shared 20 days about, sickness, overcoming, some forms of homelessness, overcoming some very close people that passed away in my life, and doubt, and a bunch of things. So if you have a moment at Miss Torri Hicks, they're all listed there for 20 days of my struggle.
Please.
And how I am still here is really amazing.
Guys, again, I encourage you to, I'm not big on Instagram, so whatever is connect with Instagram or instant with each other, whatever it is, go out there to her Instagram, connect, or whatever the appropriate term is for that, and read her story, because again, it's not a book that you have to buy, but she's put it out there. I mean, this is what you buy for books, for somebody to share with you and be transparent about how they've made it from point X of challenge to point Z and ZZ to success. And when we say success, we don't mean so put a pin in it that it's done.
Right.
But we're saying, but what we're saying it's a point, it's a marking point of, hey, look how far we've come.
Yeah.
And now look how far we're going to go. So I would look forward to it. I would definitely get my wife to show me how to pull up all that on Instagram. But I'm looking forward to reading that. I'm going to say, guys, we believe in R&D here at BizLinks Consulting Group and BizLinks TV Network. And our and D is rob and duplicate. I love that 20-day piece, you know, and I would encourage you, if you find an opportunity or some occasion, to just do that, you know,
Yeah.
and to chronicle that. You know, I like the 20-day concept or whatever length of time, but to leave, she's left something that's going to be forever out there that someone can access. Like I say, right now it's not in the book, to my knowledge.
No.
Okay, right now it's not in the book.
Right now.
But right now it is on Instagram. So we're encouraging you to go ahead and take it and see how you can look introspectively and determine how you can leave something for others to follow. You know,
Yeah.
it just came to my vision when I said that it's like leaving breadcrumbs. And it's like you've just left some crumbs for people to follow. Hey, follow my lead. You know, I'm leaving
Yeah.
this trail so you can see
That's good.
and avoid some things. So
I might
guys,
steal that one.
yeah, you go ahead. Like we say, we'll give you the credit first time. After that, you know. But guys, please do that. That's some very powerful stuff,
Thank
and
you.
I look forward to reading it, and definitely looking forward to learning how to share and comment in that space so that we can carry it on and share with others. Now, we would like to close with the announcement that you're about to make.
Yes.
That there's some new things that are on the horizon for 2017.
Yes. When I started my business, I knew that I wanted to grow it. I knew that I saw a vision of an empire, but that also requires people in order to maintain quality. And so I didn't have a budget to hire people, but I knew I needed some skilled and some energetic people. And so I started to recruit interns and to train them and have them follow me and see what I'm doing. And so I did that over the course of years, recruiting from Georgia State and KSU and Mercer, a number of schools. And it became so popular that I went to Georgia State and I said, hey, what would you all think about hosting this here? You know, I've created a strong training model and a manual for that. And so they said, bring it. So beginning January 2007, I will be offering that training at Georgia State. Wow. So students can enroll. They'll receive training, internships, mastery level experience, and professional development. And get this, the National Sales Network has committed to providing them with scholarships.
Wow.
They can apply for scholarships
Wow.
through that program. So
the huge nugget of today is, as she said, she talked about the 20-day thing, so you can see the beginning, the struggles. But look at what opportunity has come about. And guys, that's why it's important for you not to give up.
yeah.
Because Tory, I can tell you, Tory did not know this was out here a year ago. Am I correct?
I did not know.
Okay. So, but the fact that she kept moving along in spite of gave her the opportunity to get to this point where this manifestation took place. I mean, and guys, it's huge. And I know you recognize the significance of it. And not only just for her organization, but for students to gain scholarships. I mean, it's just phenomenal. So congratulations
Thank
again.
you.
And she's a phenomenal leader, as you see, a phenomenal visionary. And I would again encourage you. I hope this opportunity for you to learn about YouthNique and Tory Hicks give you the desire to reach out to them. Find out how you can get connected. Find out how you can collaborate and take advantage of their services and help grow your organizations, help grow you as a leader. And just, again, continue to stay the path in spite of, so that you can reach these points in which things manifest in which you didn't realize were there waiting for you. So we thank you. Thank you,
Thank you
Torri.
so much for having
Oh,
me.
it has been wonderful. And
It
we
has.
really appreciate you sharing.
Thank you.
Guys, you've heard all of the announcements. Go to our website. Would you please share that again?
Sure. It's YouthNique.com. That's youth and then NIQUE.com.
Yeah. Go there. Everything's there, guys, and engage. Find out how you can take advantage of the events that are taking place. The Fun Tank coming up on August 13th. Don't miss out. Look forward to that. But also stay in contact with her. Get involved. Find out how she can help you, because I'm sure those of you who have your nonprofit organizations, whether it's board governance, strategic planning, whatever, fundraising, it's something that I'm sure you can find help through the YouthNique organization. So I want to thank you again for tuning in, again watching another episode of Let's Talk Nonprofits. Remember, you can reach us on all our social media networks, on the BizLinks TV network. You can YouTube.com. /BizLinks TV. Everywhere, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, everything's BizLinks TV. So please like us, comment. We make sure you get these information and the comments to Torri, and then reach out to her directly through her social media platforms. Communicate to her. Remember, you can watch all our episodes on bizlinks.tv. Again, that's www.bizlinks.tv. You can find all of our shows, including Let's Talk Nonprofits and the other shows that are out there for you to gain business knowledge and increase all of the skills and the knowledge base that you need to grow your business, your nonprofit organizations, as well as your associations. So until next time, we will see you here at Let's Talk Nonprofits.